all by itself over here so that I can divide by 2 and be left just with x. So what am I going to get rid of next?
3.
That 3, because I want that 2x to still be there so I can get rid of that 2 in a minute. And then 3 minus 3 is nothing. So that leaves me with 5 minus 3 being 2 equals 2x. Now what? Now I'm going to go ahead and divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then here I have again 2 divided by 2 being 1 equals x. Did that answer my question? No, because my question asks me for what is y. Okay? Now, what do I know about this angle and this angle? I add them together, they equal 180. So let's go ahead and find out what that angle is. What am I going to do to find that angle? Plug in that x. Good job, Amber. 9 times 1 plus 3. What's 9 times 1? 9. Plus 3 equals 12. So that angle is equal to 12 degrees. Okay? So I have 12 degrees, and then you guys told me before that I'm going to take that angle plus the 10y plus 2 angle, and it equals what? Good job, Josh. 180.
Wouldn't y
Huh?
for y, like 10y plus 2, wouldn't y go away?
No, because we found x. We didn't find y. There's no other y's to do anything with to try to find a y. Okay? And I have to get rid of one of the variables in order to do anything because I can't combine an x and a y without multiplying. You understand? Okay. Beautiful. Now, the biggest mistake I see when people are solving for a variable is that they forget that I'm going to take whatever is on the same side of the equal sign, and I'm going to do the math that I see before me. So I have 12 plus 2, which is 14. I have 14 plus 10y equals 180. Good. I'm going to subtract the 14 because that's going to make that 14 go away. And I have to move up a little bit because I can't move my paper up. So I'm going to have 180 minus 14, which is 166. So I get 10y equals 166. Now what? Divide both sides by 10. Why am I dividing by 10? Because that's the number in front of the y. And since those are multiplied, I do the opposite, which is division. Good job. So I have y equals 16.6. Does that answer my question now? Okay, we go back and always do what? No, not plug it in. Reread the question, which says, what must the value of y be for her conjecture to be true? So, I have found y, which is 16.6. Does it want me to find this angle that's right here? No, it just said, what is y? Okay? 27. Okay, 27 has a triangle, and it's asking you to find all these angles. And you can do it based off of what information you know. And it only gives you that right angle and the measure of this angle here of 145, not 15. 145 degrees, okay? then I know it wants every angle that is numbered. 2, and this is angle 1, 3, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so first things first, the measure of angle 1. Who could tell me what the measure of angle 1 is? Why is it 90? It's a right angle. That little box that is sitting there tells me that that is a right angle. What did we learn about perpendicular lines? What happens to angle 2 and 3? If angle 1 is 90, what is angle 2 and 3? 90. Okay, we learned that when we learned about perpendicular lines. So I have the measure of angle 2 is 90. The measure of angle 3 is 90. Okay, everybody with me so far? Good. Now, can we find the measure of angle 4 without doing any work? Yes. What is it? Why is it 145? Why? What is that? What are those angles called? It begins with a V. Vertical angles. Good job. So the measure of angle 4 is 145 degrees because they're vertical angles. Knowing what the measure of angle 4 is and the angle there, can I find angle 6? Yes. What can I do to find angle 6? 180 minus the 145. So the measure of angle, and I'm going to do measure of angle 6 because I'm going to keep those answers in order, is 180 minus 145, which is 35 degrees. Now that I have found the measure of angle 6, can I easily find 5?
Yeah.
Why? Vertical angles. Really good job, Josh. And how many degrees is angle 5? Geniuses. Okay, knowing what I have in front of me, we have the measure of angle 7, 8, and 9 left, which are the hardest ones. Okay, can I easily find the measure of angle 8?
Yeah.
Yes. What do I know about the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 6 plus the measure of angle 8?
They all equal 180.
They equal 180. So if I'm having a hard time with this and I write this out, I have the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 6 plus the measure of angle 8, it equals 180. I can go ahead and look at my list to the right. I have the measure of angle 1 is 90. The measure of angle 6 is 35. So right below it, we're going to substitute in what I know. 90 plus 35 plus the measure of angle 8 equals 180. Do I know enough to find the measure of angle 8?
Yes.
Yes, because I can do 90 plus 35, which is 125, plus the measure of angle 8 equals the 180. Now what?
Subtract 135.
Subtract that 125 from 180. Goes away. The measure of angle 8, equals 55. So right here I can put 55 degrees. Okay? Now, I have found this angle, 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 and this angle. Now, by having angle 8, can I find the measure of angle 7 and 9?
Yes.
What do I do? 180 minus that 155 to find the measure of angle 9 and 7 is 180 minus 55, which is 125. So the measure of angle 9 is 125. And what is the measure of angle 7? Why? Vertical angles. Good job with the vocabulary. Okay, let me. Good job, Lewis. So number 4. I have that figure. We should let me draw the figure before I turned on the record. Yes, that's beautiful. And then another one. And who knows what these two little arrows like that means? They're parallel. Good job. And that's 72 degrees. This is Q. And this is 38. And the question asks me to find the measure of angle Q. So the very first thing I can do is find this angle. Right? What is this angle? Oh, what happened?
We're all gonna die.
Oh, we just lost our power. That's what happened.
Yeah, right?
Okay, don't worry about the interruption. So we just said that this angle right here is equal to 38 degrees. Now, knowing that I have this angle equal to 72, this one equal to 38, can I find this angle?
Yes.
How?
You add those angles.
Add 72 plus 38, which equals what?
110.
Good. And then take that 110 away from 180 minus 110 is 70 degrees. So if this angle is 70, can I find Q?
Yep.
What kind of angles are they? Vertical angles. So Q, the measure of angle Q, is equal to 70 degrees, which was, I don't know what question. A. Okay, number 17 has this diagram. It says to find the measure of angle X, the measure of angle Y, and the measure of angle Z. Sometimes it helps you just to write down in the corner what you're looking for, and then this way you know you're done when you filled in all the blanks. So first things first, what is the easiest angle to find? X. Why? Because I have 52 plus 42 degrees plus X equals that 180.
58.
Yeah, I said that. 58 plus 42 is 100. Plus X equals 180. Minus that 100. So X equals 80. So the measure of angle X, I just go right up here, is 80 degrees. Now that I've found that one, what's the next easiest angle to find? Z. So let's go ahead and get rid of that X. I know I clicked on the eraser. I clicked on the eraser, I promise. Seriously, the eraser doesn't like me, so we will just ignore that. This is an 80. Now, how do I find Z? 80 plus Z equals what? 180. So what do I do? Subtract 80 from both sides. Gone. Z equals 100. Now, can I easily find Y? Yes. Don't forget, guys, up here, if I add those two together, I get that big angle. So sometimes you find it easier to redraw that triangle. You have your 58, you have your Y, and what is 42 plus 19? 61. So if you redraw that, it might help you to find Y. How do I find Y? What do I do?
You
Add all three angles and it equals 180. 61 plus 58 is 119. Now what? Subtract 119. Goes away from both sides. What's 180 minus 119? 61 degrees. So Y is 61 degrees. Then on that multiple choice, you just had to match it up.